What's going to be hopefully a continuing physical gathering of yogis to do yoga. What a concept. And for those of you watching us online, welcome. My name is, I guess I should say welcome to Ananda's celebration of International Day of Yoga. It was dedicated, the solstice of every year was dedicated as the Day of Yoga by the United Nations 7 years ago, and this is our 7th year of celebration. And often we've had a theme for each year, and this time one of the unique things about how we, that is Ananda, we've been serving the community here for over 35 years, and even more actually, is if you went and practiced yoga in India 500 years ago, you would probably practice very few of the yoga poses. It would be centered around what is called as Raja Yoga. Raja means it's the name given to a king, emperor. That's literally the translation of it. And so it's called the royal path. And I'll tell you what that means and why they've given that odd little name. Why not call it godly path, which seems a little more appropriate for yoga, but there's a reason for it. But anyway, there is more to yoga than just the asanas, and I hope to, in the next 12 minutes or so, to kind of give you a sense of why that is. But before that, to introduce myself, my name is Murali Venkatrao, and I'm the director of Ananda Institute of Living Yoga. That, if you haven't heard that name, that's that institute is the entity under which we share most of our teachings outside of Kriya Yoga. And I've been teaching yoga for about 19 years now. I learned yoga in India at a very young age. I learned Iyengar yoga, Ashtanga yoga. We didn't really have those names back then. I went to this place, they taught a yoga. Now I know that that's Iyengar yoga. I went to that place. They taught a yoga. Now I know that's Ashtanga yoga. That's it's a bit of a post facto grafting, so to speak, of all of those distinctions. But I did learn those. And eventually, my mind, my soul settled on Ananda Yoga, which I learned here at our ashram in Nevada City, California. And I also have a PhD in yoga. I'm an active researcher. My area of research is the effect of yoga on diabetes and other endocrinological and metabolic disorders. So a few years ago, they did a massive survey on yoga in the US. And they found many things, but let me go over some of the important things. They found that first, believe it or not, 40 million people, that's roughly 1 out of 10 people, consider themselves as regular practitioners of yoga. That's a massive number. Not just that, among the survey respondents, all US adults that were surveyed, all of them without exception, recognized the term yoga. Nobody said, what is that? That's pretty extraordinary for a practice that has had no centralized marketing. It wasn't like McDonald's or Pepsi, where somebody spent $1 billion advertising it. I know it's the wrong term to use these days, but let me just say it's more of a viral adoption. And it just came from the bottom up. Why is this? Because it's a very simple reason, because yoga is unusually, ridiculously effective. And I just don't mean that as a platitude, or I'm not just saying it. They did another survey just last year, and they asked people, they asked over 2,000 people, what benefits did you get from yoga? And the top 3 benefits was flexibility, strength, stress management. These were the top 3. Many people got multiple benefits. But then not too far behind was handle ups and downs in life with equanimity, feel compassionate towards others, increase concentration, to be self-confident, to be connected with God. These were actual respondents. I mean, here is the graph. I'm just showing you because to assure you that I'm not making this up. This is kind of ridiculous, really. So let me, to just highlight how weird it is, let me say it a different way. Say you went to the doctor and you said, okay, doctor, I got a problem. I'm very tight. I need to be flexible. I'm very weak. I need to be strong. So the doctor said, do some push-ups. Okay, fine. That kind of makes sense. And you went back and said, oh, by the way, I'm also very tight. I need to be flexible. The doctor said, do some push-ups. This is beginning to look a little weird. And you go to the doctor and say, I'm very stressed out. Do some push-ups. I need self-confidence. Do some push-ups. I need to feel compassionate. Do some push-ups. I need to find God. Do some push-ups. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Yet, this is survey respondents not only took this in stride, they kind of expected this. Why is that? So let's take, today is the International Day of Yoga, so we want to know what it is that we are commemorating today. See, the primary reason why yoga is unusually, ridiculously, weirdly effective is because it's a mind-body practice. And, we've heard that in various different contexts, but I want to tease it out a little bit. We are straddled, we are stuck, unfortunately, with a body that doesn't want to move. Right? I'm sure everybody can kind of resonate with that. And we are stuck with a mind that doesn't want to stop moving. It's not you and I, it's the nature of creation. There is, at the heart of yoga, they distinguish two aspects to creation. They say jada. Jada means inertia that resists movement. And chetana. Chetana means, we have a Chaitanya here. That's your name. The chetana means that which is conscious and therefore cannot stop moving. Absent other forces. So we are stuck with the mind that is chetana, that cannot stop moving, and stuck with the body that is jada, which cannot begin to move. And yet, if you go back to your doctor, not the dude that prescribed push-ups, but if you go back to your doctor and ask him or her, what's the key to health and well-being, they'll probably say, move your body, calm your mind. They'll say the opposite of what they are designed to do by the Creator. Okay? And it's not something that you can do episodically. You can't say that I'll have health and well-being by moving continuously for 10 hours and then sleeping continuously for 10 more hours. You can't do that. You can, but we've all had episodes or phases in our lives where we've tried to do that and injured ourselves, isn't it? What yogis say, and actually what everybody says, all people in the health field, is you have to do that together. Okay? That's the key. So Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, whose teachings we follow here, he said the key to health and well-being is be actively calm and calmly active. The more you can do that together, there is no limit to the amount of health and well-being that you're going to have. From a pure outward living the good life perspective. That's what it is. Be calmly active, actively calm. Swami Kriyananda, the founder of Ananda, by the way, if that's new to you, we are a worldwide spiritual movement based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, and it was founded by his direct disciple, Swami Kriyananda. We now have, I think, I might be a little off with these numbers, but I believe we have 8 different spiritual communities. Cooperative communities is the basis for our inspiration. Communities of spiritual people meditating together. We have 8 communities, 48 teaching centers, of which this is one, but we are spread worldwide, and over 130 or something meditation groups that formally meet. So we are, and like I said before, Ananda goes back to the essence of yoga. But anyway, let me continue to say what that is. So Swami, be actively calm, calmly active, or relax in the midst of effort. And yoga is a set of practices that does exactly that. Somehow it reverses the natural down-pulling effect of creation, which is a lazy body and a restless mind, and changes it into an active, revitalized body and a calm, inward mind. How does it do that? So let's again go at it from the first principles. When you're about to do some action with your body, what do? Say, breathe deeply, that's what you do. When you're freaking out and you want to calm your mind, what do? Breathe deeply, do you not? It turns out that the breath, I know I oversimplified it, but most spectacularly true things are actually very, very simple. It turns out that the breath is the connection that will help you relax in the midst of effort. And I don't mean that idly. You can take that all the way to the very, very spiritual end, that what the breath does to the body is, by following the thread of breath into the body, you see, disease is not the absence of something. Disease is not the breaking down of something. Disease is, for the most part, disease is the absence of harmony. You have bad digestion because the gallbladder and the pancreas and the small intestine fail to work in a choreographed sequence the way they were supposed to do. And again, an oversimplified example, but when you add things like overactive sympathetic nervous system, overactive immune system, inflammation, and so on, then you begin to see that it's the lack of harmony. It's called homeostasis that leads to disease. Over 86 different types of cancers, inflammation is implicated as one of the causes in it. It's a lack of homeostasis. I can go on, but it turns out that the breath, working deeply with the body and the breath together, has this extraordinary ability to restore homeostasis, harmony. Samatvam yoga uchyate is what Krishna said. It's a definition of yoga in Bhagavad-Gita. So that's the breath and body connection. Breath and mind connection, let's take stress management. You can rarely remove that which is stressing you out, but you know what you can do? You can stop reacting to that which is stressing you out, right? So how do you reduce the reactivity of the mind? There's a very famous Hatha Yoga scripture called Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It means light on Hatha Yoga. And that says, Chale vate chale chittam, nishchale nishchalam bhavit. Vata, chale vate. Chala is moving. Vata is breath or energy. Chitta is feelings. Chale vate, when the breath or energy moves erratically. Chale chittam, the emotions are erratic. Nishchale, when the breath is still, energy is still. Nishchalam bhavet, the feelings become still, meaning we begin to stop reacting. So it's the same thing. The way to harmonize the body to have health and the way to reduce reactivity both come from the connection to breath. So when you do your asana practices, which Vahini and Lynn and Christina are going to teach you very, very soon, remember this, that you're working with the body, you're working with the mind, you're working with the breath. Deepen your body's experience of yoga only through the breath and feel that deepening in your mind. If you don't do all those three, then you're not doing yoga. You're simply doing a hamstring stretch. So that's one key. The second key, and then I'll wind it up. What if you work directly with the breath or with the energy called prana? That's called pranayama. And what if you work directly with the feelings of your heart? Would yoga be more effective? Would that be yoga too? Not only would that be yoga, it's the very center of yoga. These are called Prana Pranayama. Prana is energy, yama is control. Control of energy through the breath, which is the breathing exercises which I will teach after the yoga class. Opening the heart, purifying the emotions through chanting. Sita is going to guide that for us later on. What if you tense and relax your body with the breath? That is also pranayama. They are called energization exercises. Vahini and others will teach it. So what happens when you put all of these together? The mind, the body, the breath, tension and relaxation, awareness, chanting, working directly with the energy. What do you get out of it? This is the final point I wish to make. In yoga, we move the body merely to make it still. We deepen the breath merely to become breathless, not in the sense of being dead, but when the breath becomes very, very small, our biggest distraction goes away, and we are able to focus in a way that you literally wouldn't believe. In the moment of focus, this is 5 minutes of this kind of deep stillness and focus is equivalent, this again scientifically back, to many hours of deep REM sleep, where the body heals itself. So why do we do? You take all of these practices, purifications, asana practice, energization, pranayama, chanting, meditation, all of those, what do you get? That is Raja Yoga, the royal path to what? The royal path, that's why it's called the royal path. You go to the king, you ask the king, say, I want you to pay off my mortgage. The king will probably pay off your mortgage, but if you ask something bigger, if the king's in a good mode, he or she is going to give it to you. Raja Yoga, the royal path. You can go there, ask for health and well-being. That's what you get. You can go there, you ask for stillness, stress management, self-confidence, focus, or even finding God. Okay? So one set of practices, the mind, body, energy, breath connection is going to work the entire gamut of our existence and therefore give you all of these benefits. So that's what we are celebrating today. That's what United Nations said is worth being commemorated on the longest day of the year, every year. So with that, let me hand over the class to our wonderful yoga teachers, Vahini, Lynn, and Christina. All three are yoga teachers of great repute, great magnetism, and great skill. And it's all yours.
Hi friends, welcome again. So today Lynn will offer modification with the chair and make sure that you will sit on the rim of the chair with your feet on the ground stably. And our dear friend Christina will offer some modifications if you are experienced and you feel the need to engage more your body today. So I would like to invite everybody to start with a moment of centering. So sit in a comfortable position, and if you are at home, you want to sit on the floor, you might want to sit on a support so that you can keep your belly area open and your spine more easily straight. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes and bring your attention to your breathing. Allow every breath to expand the belly and to relax it. Inhale and expand. And exhale, relax back in. And feel that every breath is bringing your attention more inward. It's bringing you more into the present moment. Imagine that you are not only inhaling air, but you are inhaling life force in your body. And then gradually deepen your breaths, allowing this life force to come in more fully. And then slowly open your eyes. And let's come into a standing position, and we will start to move our energy a little bit before the asana to warm up the body. And we do a simple walking in place. This is to warm up all the joints, the muscles. And I invite you to walk with energy. Make deep breaths. And in yoga, we want to meet any goal we want to achieve halfway affirming it. So if you want to energize with this exercise, you want to walk with energy. And relax, relax and feel for a moment. Now let's practice a deep inhalation through the nose. This is called double breathing. Deep inhalation through the nose, short and long. Deep exhalation through mouth and nose, short and long. Let's do also a physical movement. Double inhale, hands to the chest. Double exhale, push to the sides. Double in, come back. Double S, push forward. Double in, back and up. Come on the balls of your feet if comfortable. Relax down. Again. Exhale, push. Inhale, back. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times, exercising our shoulders. Double in. Double S, press, double in, double S, press. Now let's lift the weight with your left arm. I am your mirror. Exhale, relax down, double breath. Now let's walk the feet. Let's do lateral weights, lifting a very heavy weight, double breath. Exhale, relax down. We're still working with our shoulders, softening the shoulders. And relax. Very good. Now we're going to open a little bit the hips. So open your feet. And you want to rotate 90 degrees your left leg. Inhale and exhale, bring the knee to above the ankle. Inhale, center. Exhale, inch to the side. Spine straight, neck in line. Inhale, center. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, inch to the side. Again, inhale, center. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center, inch and stay here. And lengthen your spine, open the chest and breathe into the stretch. Concentrate, wherever you concentrate, the energy moves there. Concentrate in the stretch, inhale, come up, turn your feet forward, and now open the other side. Inhale, center, exhale, bend. Inhale, center, exhale, fold to the side. Let the breath move your movement. Exhale, stay. Be mindful not to collapse with your neck, but keep lengthening your spine and neck. And slowly relax down. Okay, so now let's come into Tadasana. We are ready to practice the poses. Close your eyes. And start to feel your feet touching the ground. Press your feet into the floor and lengthen up to the crown of your head. Relax the shoulders, back and down. And now closing your eyes, if comfortable, imagine to be a very high mountain with a very stable base, high peak. And look at this peak as a symbol of your highest aspirations. With every breath, offer yourself upward to those aspirations and mentally affirm, I stand ready to obey thy least command. I stand ready to obey thy least command. Then let's open the eyes for Padastasana, forward bend. That is very calming. It opens the spine. I turn to show you better how it's going to work. Inhale and reach up with your arms. Lengthen up, lengthen the spine. Keeping the spine straight, fall forward from the hips. And now relax your hands on the thighs. Inhale, press your hands against the thighs. Lengthen the spine. You want to come as deep as you can. Keep your spine straight. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Soften the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come a little deeper. Try to bring your mind into your body, being very fully present into your body. Now, if you don't have high blood pressure, cardiovascular problems, or spinal injury vulnerability, you come into the second phase. Otherwise, stay here. Enjoy the lengthening and deepening. Otherwise, inhale, lengthen, exhale, completely relax forward. You can bend the knees if you need to. Grasp where you reach, maybe the calves, the ankles, or if you reach on the floor, you can bring your fingers, index and middle finger around your toes, your big toes. And stay here, relax in the lower back with every breath. Relax the shoulders and the pelvis. The crown of the head toward the ground. With every breath, really relax the body. And as everything in the body relax, imagine that you can relax also all mental burdens, any mental weight, so that all your energy can rise. And affirm mentally, nothing on earth can hold me. Nothing on earth can hold me. With the next inhalation, bend your knees, bring your hands on the thighs, and slowly come up into the first phase, and then slowly up, stretching your arms up. Exhale, relax your arms down. Close your eyes and feel the effect into your body. Stay completely still, deeply concentrating and feeling. And then lift your gaze upward at the point between the eyebrows as you are looking at the peak of your aspirations to the mountaintop. Offer there your energy. Then open your eyes and we do a back bend. After creating space into the spine, into the body, we want to energize it with a back bend. And so from here, we're going to step back with the left foot, 2 to 3 feet apart. For balance, you can open a little bit the foot that is in the back, if you need to. And keep your weight on both feet. Avoid to lean backward. Bend the knee above the ankle, the front knee. And with the next inhalation, inhale and reach forward with your arms and up, palms together, and lift your heart upward. Relax the shoulders. Press the back leg on the floor and lift to the to the top of your head. If you have high blood pressure, bring your hands at the heart, or cardiovascular problems. Breathe deeply. And feel that everything in this pose is lifting you upward. And affirm silently, I am free. I am free. Inhale and reach up. Step forward. Relax your arms down. Take a moment to absorb the effects. In yoga, every pose is a radiation from our own essence, and in those moments is the time to go back and try to intuitively feel that essence. And then let's open the eyes, let's do the other side. Let's step back with the right foot. Front knee bent above the ankle. Inhale, reach up with your arms, palms together, lift your heart. Let that back leg be very active, actively pressing down, reaching up, opening the heart, relaxing the shoulders. Again, allow all your energy to rise. Again, affirm, I am free. I am free. Inhale, reach up, and step forward, relax down. Again, let's close the eyes and try to bring our attention into our spine. That is our physical center and energetic center in yoga. Try to connect with your spine, offer all your energy, freed in the pose there, and upward to the brain. And then let's open the eyes and do Trikonasana. Very energizing position. Also open the pelvis. Open your feet 3 to 4 feet apart, or as comfortable for you. And then, as we have done during the warm-up, open the left leg 90 degrees. Be careful not to lock the knee. Keep the knee soft. The other foot slightly in. Chest facing forward. Now bring the left hand at the hip and the other hand at the hip crest. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, and exhale into the hip, keeping the spine straight. And you go as far as you can keep your spine straight, the neck in line. And keep the chest open, maybe even that you want to look upward. And from here you can stay here or relax the arm down, the left one, and reach up with the other one. Press your feet down, activate your legs. If your neck is happy, look upward. Breathe deeply into your body. Imagine your body being flooded with energy. Mentally affirm, energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. With the next inhalation, bend the left knee, reach up, open the arms, exhale, relax down. Stay in the wide stand. If comfortable, close your eyes and enjoy this sensation of energy, maybe expansion. And then let's do the other side. Let's open the right foot. Other left foot slightly in, chest facing forward, in and reach up this time. And now try to do the same, but using your right hand to help you lift, open the spine. Hinge from the hip, very good. And relax the arm down, the other arm coming up. Remember to move the chest, like rotate the chest toward the ceiling a little bit. Chin in, look up. And bring awareness into your feet that are pressing down into the ground. Activate your quads. And with that solid base, lengthen your spine from the crown of your head. Feel your heart opening as an antenna, receiving energy. Again, silently affirm. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Joy descends to me. And then inhale, bend the right knee, reach up, open the arms. Exhale, relax down. Bring your feet together and close your eyes. Do a little journey from your physical body. We want to become present in almost every muscle, bone, cell, so that we can relax. And then try to feel more subtle aspects of our being, that is the energy. Try to intuit the energy flowing into and around the body. It is much bigger now. And then offer with every breath this energy at the spiritual eye toward your highest aspirations. And then let's open the eyes, and we do now a twist. If you feel some discomfort in your lower back, you can come on the floor and simply hug the back of the legs in this way. Otherwise, you can also do Pavanamuktasana, hugging your knees. If you don't feel discomfort, you can simply come and sit in a comfortable position, cross-legged on the chair, any comfortable position. Okay. We are entering into a twist now that are very healthy. They keep the spine limber, they open the heart. In particular, this twist stimulates a feeling of compassion, because the body, as we know, is connected to the mind. And so from this position, we want to bring our legs in front of us. If you feel sensitivity in your knees, feel free to elongate, lengthen your right leg on the floor. Otherwise, keep it bent, bring it toward you, and then rotating from the hip, allow your knee to look forward. It's much better if you sit on a cushion or on a support for most of us. The other foot can stay here or can cross, okay, if you have that range of motion. So you have to experiment. What you don't want to do is this, collapsing or rotating your pelvis. So you need to be straight with your spine as you enter in the twist. Now bring your left hand behind on the floor, pressing down, lengthen through the crown of your head, your spine. The other hand is on the knee, and allow now your navel to lead into the twist. Inhale, lengthen, and start to twist with your navel leading toward your left. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Open the shoulders and keep lengthening your spine. And then if you like, you can also hug, wrap your arm around the knee. Close your eyes. And as much as you lengthen the spine, try also to relax into this pose. Practice deep breathing. As we twist the body, we are stretching the diaphragm. And this actually deepens our capability to increase oxygen and prana into the body. Try to feel a connection between your physical body and your mind. What this position is saying. With the next inhalation, inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head and slowly come back to center. Relax in any comfortable position, or if you're experienced, you can relax in Virasana with your knees on top of each other and just feel for a moment. Especially into your heart region. Feel there. And then let's do the other side. let's bring our legs in front. Choose your modification for today. And then bring now the left knee toward the chest and point it forward on the ground. You can cross the foot. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind to lift you up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist. Imagine that your heart here is like, your heart energy is moving all around you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Close your eyes. Concentrate in your heart and relax. With every exhalation, if you can, we can relax into this pose. The energy into the body can rise and expand into the heart. You can visualize that energy radiating all around you from the heart with a feeling of compassion, of knowing that each one of us is looking for the same thing, for the same joy. And silently affirm, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. With the next inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to center in a comfortable sitting position. And close your eyes and feel. Try to absorb inward the effect of the asana. And feel your heart open. We are going to practice one more pose for today that is going to help, now that the spine is more open, energized, is going to help the energy rise more easily to the brain, to lift our consciousness. And we do this with inversions, and today we are going to do with Parvatasana, the sitting mountain pose. And so from, again, a comfortable sitting position, and if you are experienced, you might practice with Siddhasana, Padmasana, but it doesn't matter. Sit comfortably, spine straight, arms to the side. And on the next inhalation, actually, let's rub our hands. Let's magnetize our hands and our arms. Like creating like magnets. As we know, hands are used in many traditions for healing, and we can strengthen our aura with them. So bring it to the side and really imagine to create a circle of strength and light around you. Let's do this a couple of times. Inhale up and exhale down, really drawing a strong aura around you, strong magnetism. And with the next inhalation, bring the palms together. Allow this energy through this mudra of the hands to rise upward. Relax the shoulders and gaze at the spiritual eye, just above the horizon line. And try inwardly to connect with the highest in yourself, a more expansive self. With the next inhale, expand the abdomen. Hold the breath and pull the belly in. Don't do this if you have high blood pressure, cardiovascular problems. In that case, bring the hands at the heart. And then exhale and relax. Again, inhale. Belly in and up. Feel the energy rising. Mentally affirm, My thoughts and energy rise to touch the sky. My thoughts and energy rise to touch the sky. Exhale when you have to. Let's do one more time if you like. Inhale. Pull the navel in and up. Feel your energy rising, your consciousness rising at the point between the eyebrows. My thoughts and energy rise to touch the sky. And then inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale, create again a big circle of light around you. And close your eyes and feel. Now keep your body very still with all your concentration. Consciously relax the body from the feet to the crown of your head. And with this deep relaxation, try to feel life flowing into the body, much bigger than your physical body. And then offer that life force, again, who you are, toward your highest aspiration at the point between the eyebrows. Then we will enter into a pranayama.
Continue to be seated comfortably. We'll be entering into a relatively long period of being seated. It's very important at this stage to sit in a position where you can keep the body still. So if you are able to sit cross-legged, I'm going to show you successively easier positions. The hardest one is the one that I am in. It's called Siddhasana. You can sit like this, or you can do the half easier version where one foot comes in front of the other, or you can sit in Sukhasana. All of these can be done on the floor, or you can sit at the edge of a chair so your spine is away from the back of the chair. So take a moment to find the position that's right for you. As long as your spine is straight, you'll be okay. You'll get all the benefits of meditation. There's no need to sit in full lotus, half lotus. If you can, go for it. If not, that's fine too. So let us now find your position. We'll sit up straight. I'll be modeling the cross-legged version. Sita is sitting with her feet on the floor. So pick the one that works for you. Place your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. From behind closed eyes, fix your gaze without straining. Put it at that sweet spot exactly between the eyebrows. Not too high, not too low. When we look up, the mind automatically becomes still. It's a special place of stillness. Now from that place of stillness, scan your body. Listen inwardly as you feel your body. Bring your mind to your feet. And without moving your body, feel your feet. And by an act of will, the firm command to your inner self, withdraw the energy from your feet mentally. Feel the feet relax as if it's dissolving into space. Coming up the body, left and right legs, they too relax. Concentrate on your body. Dissolve the heavy burden of your legs. Feel that space, that light. Soon your entire lower body is dissolved into space. The physicality is gone. Feel that freedom. I am free. I am free. Coming up your torso, arms, neck and face. Feel that lightness, freedom, space. If your gaze has wandered, bring it back to that midpoint between the eyebrows on the forehead. Feel behind your eyes liquid pools of peace. And your forehead, the brain, like the blue summer sky, free of clouds and bright. Have a gentle smile on your face that perhaps nobody can see, but you can feel the joy of inner stillness. As you leave the body behind, all that is left now is the breath. So begin to focus on your breath. Breathe a little deeply. Feel the diaphragm, that's the area just below your ribs. Feel that work and push down as you inhale, drawing your belly out. And the diaphragm lifts up, the belly goes in as you exhale. Try that a couple of more times. And now let's measure our breath. We'll breathe in for a count of 6. I'll keep count for you. Let us begin. Now, inhale. That's 6 counts. Hold your breath. If you have any cardiovascular issues or you're pregnant, then keep the breath flowing. That is 6 counts. Let's exhale again for 6 counts. Empty your lungs fully. Relax momentarily at the bottom. Inhale now for 8 counts. Breathe in. Without any strain, hold your breath. Hold it in your heart as joy. Feel your heart slow down. Keeping your lips softly closed, exhale, 8 counts. Diaphragm relaxes, the belly goes in. 10 counts now, inhale. Hold your breath once again without any strain. Concentrate your breath at the point between the eyebrows. Exhale. Your body is far away. Your mind is very calm. At the end of the exhalation, pause, resume normal breathing for a few moments, enjoying the effects of our deep breathing practice. Now let's do the same thing, except one nostril at a time. It's a very powerful practice called Anuloma Viloma breath. Bring your right hand in front of you. Fold the first two fingers into the palm. So the last two fingers are now available to close the left nostril, and the thumb is available to close the right nostril. If one of your nostrils is blocked, then just breathe like we did before. Let's close the right nostril. Straighten the spine, chest up, shoulders down, relaxed body. Let's inhale through the left for a count of 8. Breathe in. Now hold your breath for 8 counts. Again, cardiovascular issues, pregnancy, keep the breath flowing. Exhale right for 8 counts. Inhale right, 8 counts. Hold your breath. Left. Let's do that 2 more times. 8, 8, 8. Inhale left. Hold. Right. Right. Hold. Left. Last round. Inhale left. Hold your breath. Concentrate deeply at the point between the eyebrows. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Release your hands on your knees. Palms on your knees facing up. Once again, check your posture, chest up, shoulders down, relaxed body. Gaze uplifted. And be still for about a minute, enjoying the after effects of pranayama. Let's continue now. It's some simple, beautiful chants.
We'll be doing 2 chants, and the first one is Shri Ram, Jai Ram. It's a traditional Indian chant, and the words are simply Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. If you would like to look at the words. They're in the booklet in the seat pack behind you on page 91, but it might not be necessary. And feel free to sing out loud or inwardly, offering all that's in your heart up to the point between the eyebrows. Continuing with the thought, with the feeling of Om, we'll move into our next chant, which is fill my body, fill my spirit, fill me with the sound of Om. It's on page 39 if you'd like to look, and this will take us into a guided meditation.
Fill
Continuing our journey deeper and deeper inward. Check that your posture remains as if it were affirming you're saying yes to life. As if the spine were growing longer and taller from its base through the crown of the head. Check that your body remains relaxed. You can mentally scan it. And any tight spots you notice, don't judge them. That's not helpful. But simply imagine those places of tightness dissolving into light and space that surrounds you. Feeling the body is filled with light and space. And we'll experience this more deeply by bringing awareness to the breath. And feel with every inhaling breath, as the lungs fill with air, imagine your body filling with more light, more space. And as you exhale, feeling the body relax more deeply into this sense of lightness and space. Bring awareness now to the area of the heart, imagining it radiating with light in front of you, behind you and below and above. Nothing but light in the area of the heart. It radiates and fills your whole body with a sense of peace. And then slowly offer that light from the place in the heart, slowly up to the point between the eyebrows, joining the inner sun, the inner light there. And that light shines within you and all around you. All our individual lights, all the light that flows through us, joining with others in the room, and with those watching online, radiating light everywhere. And from this feeling of lightness in the body and radiance within and without, we'll go to a technique which has been done for millennia. It's a living tradition, and that is observing the breath. So let's give our breath now our full attention. And there are two ways you can observe the breath. If your nostrils are blocked, you can notice the breath coming in and out through the movement of the abdomen. And if your nostrils are not blocked, you can gently observe the breath as it flows up and down the nostrils. Feel as though there's nothing more important you could be doing right now than observing your breath. If the mind wanders, which it will want to do, that's okay. Simply bring it back to observing the breath. And to help us tune into the inherent feeling quality of the breath, it's not just a mechanical process. We'll add a saying here. The saying is, I am peace. So every time you observe the breath coming into the body, feel as though it were saying to you deep within, I am. And every time you observe the breath leaving, feel as though it were saying to you deep within, peace. I am with the inhalation, peace with the exhalation. We're going to do this technique for about 5 minutes. So allow yourself to relax into this practice, to invite in more relaxation. I am peace. You may notice the mind resisting, wandering or wanting to control the breath, and that's okay. Just with a sense of calm patience, bring it back to the technique. I am peace. If the breath begins to slow, if it pauses or stops altogether, that's a natural result of this technique. Simply enjoy it. Let the breath do what it will. I am peace. We'll end this technique by taking a deep, smooth inhaling breath and a deep, smooth exhaling breath, emptying the lungs, pausing briefly at the end of the exhalation, resuming normal breathing with gaze uplifted. And we'll do a guided visualization to take us into sitting in the stillness. We do all of these techniques to be still. Visualize your heart's feelings as a boundless lake. Strive to see reflected in that lake the full moon in the sky above. Ripples in the lake's surface and deeper vortices churning below its surface disturb that reflection. This agitation is due to disturbances in your heart's feelings, past as well as present. Calm that movement not by suppressing it, but by seeking at the center of every ripple and vortex the undistorted reflection of the moon above. You do not have to work to develop divine love. The calmer your lake of feeling, the more clearly and spontaneous will love and devotion appear, reflected in the heart. For love is the very essence of reality. We'll close here by taking a moment to offer any prayers, set any intentions, offer all that remains in the heart up to the point between the eyebrows. And from this place of stillness, being patient with joyful expectancy to receive the answer in the calm lake of our hearts. And before we leave our practice together, just take a moment to reflect how you felt when you were driving here today, when you came here, and how you feel now. Noting that nothing in your outward life changed. And through the simple but very effective techniques of the yoga postures, pranayama, and meditation, we can find that peace or calmness or joy we're all seeking. From pools of inner silence, I sip the sparkling waters of infinite peace. When you feel ready to, slowly opening your eyes. And Nayaswamis, Padma and Hriman will be coming up here now to finish with a talk. So.
Give us a moment as we do the formal mic exchange. Great.
You might say it's a shtick. Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, I do, right there.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone. A day of celebration of yoga could not be complete here at Ananda without some mention of Kriya Yoga, which of course is the advanced technique that this lineage of yoga preceptors brought to the West and to the world. You know, in Yogananda's autobiography, which is now, of course, quite famous with everyone certainly here, and I hope all of you there, he describes us as Raja Yoga as calming the natural turbulence of the mind. And so we can practice Hatha Yoga, we can practice the standard Raja Pranayama, but there's still something left. The monkey mind, no matter how calming, purifying the techniques of yoga are, Hatha Yoga I'm speaking specifically, the mind is still present. And what keeps the mind present and intruding itself upon the wonderful upliftment and calmness and purification that we feel through Hatha Yoga lies deep within the matrix of the software that brought us back into these bodies. And the matrix of that software are all the tendencies that we've accumulated over time, over past lives, as we say in India, but even in this life, we've added many different tendencies and inclinations. You know, when we're born, the herald of life is the breath. The breath of the baby announces, I've come back. Of course, he immediately cries, but, well, except for some babies, where Sita's child didn't cry. And when we die, the breath announces our departure by its escape. India's greatest contribution to the treasury of human knowledge is the connection between the breath and the mind. But the breath, being sort of objectified, if you will, is but a manifestation of something much subtler. That subtler aspect is the difference between not the corpse pose, but an actual corpse, and you and I, which is life itself. And that innate intelligence of life resides within the river of life within ourselves. But in that river are the many eddies, whirlpools, commitments of energy towards things that are not our true self. When we're emotional, we don't make good decisions. When we're emotional or upset, we don't see things clearly. And so yoga takes us and has been given to us to calm that natural turbulence. Into what? Into stillness. But as Yogananda points out in his autobiography, and as everybody in this room knows from your own inner experience, if there were no techniques of meditation, if we just sat in a chair and closed our eyes, that monkey is on our back and on our mind. And so Kriya Yoga, Kriya, it just means technique. It just means like, we're sort of like Methodists. We have a method. And Kriya is our method. And Kriya, the word just means a technique, basically. And so it's generic in its meaning, but it has a purpose in that. It wasn't trademarked by this lineage. It wasn't given, some fancy patented or copyrighted name. It just means Kriya. That action which calms the natural turbulence of the mind, of the samskaras, of the vrittis, of the tendencies, and so forth. And so when we sit and meditate, even when we do the Hong Sa technique, it's a challenge, isn't it, for the mind to be still and know. We need something more engaging, something more powerful, something that, like a river and flood, the eddies of our preoccupations, the eddies of all the stuff we brought in. I don't know how anyone can be a parent and raise a child, if they've ever heard of reincarnation. What parent doesn't see from the first year of birth that child is like a ticking time bomb, armed and ready to go off? And they practice tantrum yoga from an early age. And so we have all this stuff that we're carrying. And Kriya, working with the river of prana, the river of life, in the subtle body, which connects to our soul, to our consciousness with the physical form, in that river of life, in the deep Sushumna then, using the outer breath as a handle. It's a handle that connects us to the intelligence of the subtle breath, which is, we operate, when Tesla discovered alternating current, he tuned into a cosmic principle, because we're all alternating currents. We breathe in, we breathe out. But that breathing in and breathing out is the result of a movement of life force that never stops so long as we inhabit this body, or until such time as a great yogi we can cease the turbulence of the mind which comes directly from that breath. And so Kriya operates with willpower and grace, operates to flood that Sushumna, that river of life in the spine, so that the eddies that subject us, that commit us, that distract us to all these things like our smartphones and all these kinds of things that distract us, will be washed away in a flood of powerful grace. The 6 chakras, the 7th being uninvolved like Krishna in the Bhagavad-Gita, but the 6 chakras by polarity more than represent, are the software, are the zodiac by polarity, the signs of the zodiac, which represent certain tendencies in consciousness throughout the body, wherein reside all these little vrittis, all these little eddies of our commitment. And Kriya establishes a powerful flow of energy, willpower, reaching up to the seat of enlightenment, reaching up to receive and break the dam, if you will, of grace to flow in and purify us from those samskaras. Kriya is a powerful practice, and it accelerates our path because of the simple fact that all those vrittis, if they have to find fertile soil in order for us to deal with them, will take countless lifetimes. And so it is with each Kriya breath. It's as if we have lived one complete year of perfect, harmonious living. It is a gift of the gods, the gift of the sages down through the ages, for humanity to not require rituals other than the ritual of Kriya itself, which is the only real ritual there is, offering the little self into the fire of the great self. Beliefs, all of those things have their place for people on their journeys towards spirit, but the one bonfire of realization, the greatest yagya, is the offering of the self into the great light of God. And so I'd like Padma to correct me.
Yeah, and then what happens? Okay, spoken like a true
Husband.
right father, I was going to say,
Yes.
on Father's Day.
McGilloway.
So I have like 1 minute left to just briefly touch on the fact that Kriya is not just only a technique, but it's a way of life. Kriya is not something that we only practice when we sit down to meditate, but we bring the spirit of Kriya into our day, and here's why. I was thinking about it when Hriman mentioned the image of tantrum yoga, our children throwing tantrums in those early years or even later. You know, if you are a parent and you know that when you get that tantrum calmed down finally and they exhaust themselves and they fall asleep and they're in that stillness, you're not gonna walk in 10 minutes later and put a blaring horn at their ear. You're gonna tiptoe out of the room and you're gonna give them a lot of quiet so they can enjoy that peace of their sleep. Well, when we practice, whether it's hatha yoga, whether it's meditation, whether it's kriyas as a technique within that meditation, if we get up from those practices and we first thing go walking into a very loud bar, or we like so many people do, sit down on the couch and turn on the TV and watch some horror movie. I'm just saying, anything that's going to be jarring in that way, it will just simply obliterate what we had done before it. And so Kriya is a way of life. What we're talking about is being with others of like mind, creating those kinds of friendships and connections where you feel inspired when you're around those people. It means reading those things which will draw inspiration or draw, a higher interest somehow, or doing charitable things and being of service and help to others. There are so many ways, the music we listen to, the movies we watch, the books we read, all these things I mentioned, we're taking all these things in. And so when we can consciously choose what we do in those ways, that's practicing Kriya in our daily activity, because then when we sit down to meditate, we're already uplifted. We're already calm. And we will just go that much deeper. And so the one supports the other. And really, in these brief moments, that's all I can offer today, except just to say that it doesn't matter, like I said, whether it's Hatha Yoga, whether it's meditation, or whether it's Kriya. You can bring that into life, practice the way of life of higher consciousness. And on that note, happy Father's Day, happy Yoga Day, joy to you.
We have an announcement from Christina.
Yes, where is she? Oh, there she is.
We just wanted to take the opportunity for everybody in the room and everybody in the live stream that we are going to reopen the yoga studio next Saturday. The studio is going to be here in the sanctuary. Murali's going to teach his Saturday class in person, and we'll take all the means necessary offered by the state to keep everybody safe. But starting July 3rd is an opportunity to come here in the sanctuary in person. If you want to come, we are asking you to let me know, so call us, email us, or those are the two best ways. You can call us at 425-806-3700, or you can email me, and we'll see you next on Saturday, July 3rd, in person here. Thank you.
Well, maybe we